Good afternoon. If you spend any time on the Magic the Gathering Arena subreddit, you've probably seen a post asking the age-old question. Which is more efficient, buying packs or playing draft? And if you look it up, there's always a massive wave of comments that are either completely outdated, conflicting, or just flat out wrong. And to be honest, Wizards of the Coast doesn't really make tracking the economy very easy. So if you want the short answer, it basically boils down to 5 points. Point 1, if it's a brand new set and your collection is low, and you're paying with gold, packs are better. Point 2, if you're trying to craft a specific meta-competitive deck right now, packs are better for the guaranteed wildcards. If you're using gems and your collection set is low, and it's then mostly a personal preference between packs and drafting. If you're using gems and the set you're collecting is nearing completion, drafting is significantly better. And finally, if you just genuinely enjoy draft, or you consistently maintain a 50 to 60% win rate when drafting, then drafting is always better. But if you want to know why, and how to maximize every single bit of currency on your account, we need to look at the hard math. Oh hey, it's Geb. Hi, my name is Geb the Square. Let's look at the details. The economy in the Magic Arena breaks down into 3 main sections: packs, draft, and miscellaneous, which covers things like the Mastery Pass, the Vault, midweek magic, and the occasional daily deals in the store. For the sake of a clean comparison across this video, we're going to look at what happens if you spend either 100,000 gold or 20,000 gems. This is the perfect baseline because the game uses a strict 5-to-1 gold to gem ratio when you purchase a single pack within the store. To keep things simple, we won't be counting the value of the vault, because when spending 100,000 gold on the most efficient path only nets you to about $3 to $5 worth of wildcards from the vault progress, it's too small to alter your core strategy. We're also ignoring common and uncommon counts because, let's face it, those are a dime a dozen. And for all our draft calculations today, we're going to assume a dead average 50% win rate, meaning you go 3 to 3 in every single run. First, let's look at straight up buying packs. One store booster contains one guaranteed rare or mythic rare card. The default between the two is roughly 1 to 8, meaning out of every 8 packs, you get 7 rares and 1 mythic rare. This number can jump up if the set includes special bonus sheets like Mystical Archive, but otherwise, it's 1 per pack. However, there is always a chance that your rare or mythic slot can randomly upgrade into a wild card. The baseline for this is 1 in every 30 packs, but thanks to the arena's hidden pity system, this actually works out to a real world average of 1 in 24. Opening store packs also fills the wildcard wheel. Every 6 packs you open, you get a free wildcard. The wheel pays out a rare wildcard for the first 4 cycles, and then a mythic rare wildcard on the 5th cycle before resetting back to the beginning. On top of that, you get a special golden pack for every 10 packs you purchase from the store. Each golden pack gives you 5 rares and 1 mythic rare, and opening them does advance the card wheel, but it doesn't have the 1 in 24 of turning into a wild card. So, with all that in mind, if you spend 100,000 gold or 20,000 gems strictly on store packs, you will net about 131 rare cards, about 21 mythic rare cards, 18 rare wild cards, and 6 mythic rare wild cards. Quite straightforward so far. But now, let's look at drafting. Is it actually as good as the community says it is? Well, it depends, because the rewards you get from a single draft are divided into 2 places. The cards you pick during the draft itself, and the reward track at the end. No matter your win rate, you will always pass around and open 3 draft boosters, netting you 45 cards in total. For a quick draft, which we're looking exclusively for this video, you'll win an average of 1.26 reward packs at a 50% win rate. That's 1 guaranteed pack and a 26% chance at a second one. Reason why we're not looking at the other formats for drafting is because they include bigger rewards. Obviously, if you want to go for those bigger rewards, it is a higher risk, but generally speaking, if you want to go for those bigger rewards, then the case for drafting becomes more sustainable in that sense. But as for the rares that you actually draft, assuming that you are rare drafting everything that you see, the average comes to around 3 to 4 rares per quick draft, because the bots are programmed to prioritize drafting rares over lower rarities. Combine that with the rare inside your reward pack, and you're walking away with a clean average of 4 rares or mythics per draft run. Roughly about 3.5 rares to 0.5 mythics. Now, let's scale this up to our 100k gold or 20k gems baseline. And here's the catch. The 5-to-1 economy ratio completely breaks down when you enter a draft. And this is where the two currencies split. If you use 100,000 gold, you can afford 20 entries. At a 50% win rate, those runs create a massive cascade. Your initial 20 runs win you 6,000 gems, which buys you 8 more runs, and then you do those 8 more runs and you win 2,400 gems, which gets you 3 more runs, and then with those 3 runs, you get 900 gems, which pays for 1 additional final run, leaving you with 300 gems left behind. That's 32 total drafts from your initial investment. And for those 32 runs, you walk away with about 128 rare or mythic rare cards drafted, 40 packs won, which from them stems 32 rare cards, 4 mythic rares, about 7 rare wild cards, and about 3 mythic rare ones. Now, let's look at starting with 20,000 gems instead. Because Wizards gives you a 25% discount for entering drafts with gems instead of gold, 750 gems versus the 1,000 gem gold equivalent, the loop stretches even further. You get 26 drafts right off the bat, which gives you another 11 entries, and then with those 11 entries you get another 4, and then with those 4 you get another 2. And that's a total of 43 drafts. So, let's calculate it again. From those 43 runs, your grand total is about 172 rare or mythic rare cards drafted, and then 54 packs won, which gives you about 44 rares opened, about 6 mythic rares, about 10 rare wild cards, and 3 mythic rare wild cards. Looking at the data side by side, it's clear. Using gems to draft gives you significantly more card volume, but straight up buying store packs gives you a much higher wildcard flexibility for deck building. But there is one final massive variable to look at: your own collection. If you open a pack or draft a wild card that you already own 4 copies of, the game gives you a gem rebate. 20 gems for a rare, 40 gems for a mythic. The critical difference is that store packs have an automatic duplicate protection, so the game will re-roll into a rare or mythic that you don't own yet, but in draft, those packs are fixed because the packs have to be passed on to another player, whether it's a real player or a bot. This means you don't even need a finished collection in order to start seeing gems trickle back into your account while drafting. But what happens when you push this to the absolute extreme? Let's say you're drafting a set where you already have a 100% set completion. If you drop 20,000 gems into drafting a finished set, you get all of the cards and the packs that we just talked about, plus a massive cascade of rebate gems. Starting right after your base of 43 drafts, where you already had 650 gems sitting in your wallet, you get an extra 3,870 gems back from the 172 cards you drafted, and 1,120 gems back from the 54 reward packs that you opened. Combined with your leftover pocket change, you suddenly have 5,640 gems out of nowhere. And that immediately funds 7 more drafts. And then at a 50% win rate, the chain reaction keeps going. So from 7, you get 4 more drafts. From 4, you get 2 more. From 2, you get 1 more. And then from that final one, you get 1 final draft on top of that. In total, that duplicate protection rebate just bought you 15 extra drafts completely free, squeezing an unbelievable amount of gameplay and extra reward value out of your initial investment. If you're trying to build up a long-term gem surplus, or you just love the format and you love drafting in a set which you've already heavily collected, it's a massive win for pure account value. So, with all that said and done, should you buy packs or draft? It really comes down to your personal goals. If you need a competitive deck right this second, buy packs for the wildcards. If you want to build a massive collection over time, you enjoy the drafting format, and you want to recycle your gems into endless value, drafting is king. The choice ultimately is up to you, but one isn't necessarily inherently better in all circumstances over the other. If you found this breakdown helpful, be sure to hit that subscribe button and leave a like on the video. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all again next time. Bye bye.